and I said, "Good morning, you fuckers." It is I, Nick,
Jordan,
and Crazy Crackhead over here. You know what time it is. It's Happy Monday. Monday morning respawns.
Yeah.
And
I love waking up at this hour. Even
though it is exactly 7:52 p.m.
Time is perspective.
They already know we pre-record this. It's not rocket science. We both work in the fucking morning.
I take them.
Take the baby.
I point him at camera. Okay.
Look at this. This is Crackhead. Most succulent little shit. I love you. Sniff, sniff.
He has his claws in my hand. He has his claws in my hand. He has his claws in my hand.
He's about to kill me. He's about to kill me. He's about to kill me. So anyways, this might be the last time. Actually, this is going to be the last time you guys see this background. There will not be an upload on the following week of the entire week. There'll be no uploads. Mostly because I'm moving. And usually we always do all the shootings and we always do all the video recordings, everything here in the Nick and Julian studio.
There's going to be so much more room for activities.
Oh my god. And we have so much already in plan. We're already planning on doing an MRE.
I acquired some today.
Acquired. Questionable acquiring.
It was definitely a back alley deal.
Packages might be open, might be expired. We don't know yet. Food poisoning is definitely on the table.
I went up and I was like, "You got the stuff?"
And the guy's like, "Yeah, I do. For $1."
So, in the future video, background notice, I was in the military, in the Navy, from 2013 to 2017. Didn't have a lot of MREs because Navy and we cook our own food because we have whole people whose jobs is doing that, but every now and then we did have one. My favorite thing to do for some reason is to make muggles eat MREs.
I have eaten MREs before.
Yeah.
I've only eaten a total of 4.
And
2 were tacos.
Okay.
And there was a pizza one that was very questionable. That one was very questionable.
Who fought over that?
For the record, when I did training and all that, we just reached in and grabbed whatever was there, and it was random stuff everywhere. I grabbed apparently one of the pizzas. People wanted to fight me for it.
Of course.
And I was like, no.
Between that and chili mac, which is on the menu.
And then the other one I had was spaghetti and meatballs, which to me, straight up SpaghettiOs. Prove me wrong. It was SpaghettiOs.
Pretty much.
There was nothing about that was like spaghetti and meatballs. I'm like, just say spaghetti. It's not Chef Boyardee, but it's definitely Aldi's brand. But I'm not against Aldi's. I was a manager there.
And I would like a follow-up because either an MRE can plug your butt or it opens the drain completely. There's never an in-between.
The faucet just slowly turns.
What?
God. The way it's shut, only the dead may enter here.
So it'll be very interesting.
Oh yeah,
to see, and because of how long it's been since 2021 since I've had one, so my body is no longer used to it.
No, but his body's used to other shit.
Yeah.
So we are planning on doing skits. We have a bunch of ideas. There's like a whole bunch of skit ideas I already have written out on a notebook. Because I worked for this is a quick little. This is what the topic's going to be about today for our morning episode. But there's a little filler. Joe already knows I worked at a few game stores, and I accumulated a shit ton of stores. I even did security for 2 of game stores, and I learned so much knowledge about the chakra people. And what I mean is like the straight up like weebs.
I would love to see their hard drives.
I don't. I do not. That is the one thing I would be so terrified. I'm not judging anyone, but there's certain things that need to stop. Number 1, you ever heard of a shower That's a questionable one. That shouldn't even be on a question margin. It should be there. I shower. Good day, sir.
But
You lose.
But my tail doesn't fit without my natural grease.
Or wait.
Why save for loot? You know, it's 2025. We're broke.
Oh, God, I need a shower now. Part 2. No, but no, but there was some moments where it would be like the weird dude, and everyone could be like, "He's making fun of him." I don't fucking care. You dressed yourself. You made that decision to dress that way and go in public. That is on you. I don't care.
It is.
You wore a trench coat from the Blade movie, and you're wearing a bright neon green tie-dye t-shirt with skin tight pants that are pajama bottoms with combat boots and a Naruto headband with a fedora and fingerless leather gloves. You went to the wrong club. Good day, sir. And then their girl next to him is wearing a leash, never brushed her teeth in maybe 5 years, green and she's dressed almost the same, but basically wearing a top, like a weird bondage top. He's like, "Who's my good girl? You're my, when I get home, I'm gonna do naughty things to you." And in my brain, I'm like, bathe? Both of you bathe. Anti-horny spray him with Body X. I'm not gonna lie, I used to hate when they came in the store. I hated it. Because my brain is like, I don't mind talking to nerds. I can get into huge nerd conversations with just random nerds all around the world. I have no problem with that. Hygiene. Smell, if they would have smelled a little different, I would have looked different at the situation. But the fact that this was 8 in the morning, you're the first person I see in the morning.
Didn't even have my 3rd cup of coffee yet.
No.
Coming up
and I just worked an overnight, slept for 2 hours, got up and did this shit. Now I'm doing this shit.
Ooh. No.
And the first thing I see is that walking through the door. You guys got any games about horses with the perfect anatomy system? What?
Perfect anatomy system.
I want like very accurate anatomy. And he's tugging on the leash on the girl, and she's like this, "I'm coming, daddy." And I'm like, oh.
Probably looked like a horse too.
Oh. What made it all worse, and the girl behind the counter, she almost collapsed because out of nowhere she kept on doing weird, like not cat noises, just weird fucking noises. I don't want to replicate it. I don't want to even hear it ever again. Nope, it was way worse than that. That would have been somewhat tolerable. This was what? No, that wasn't it. But it was worse than that. And he took a muzzle out of his pocket and he muzzled her. And I was like, and he's like, "No, when I get home, I'm gonna do filthy things to you." I'm like, "You're already filthy as it is. You touching her is already on top of the filth." And I'm gonna get a lot of hate for talking like that against people, but like, bathe, shower, have some decency. You're in public. Why are you doing that shit? And then when the girl cashing out just goes, "Here you go." And he's like, "Good day, my lady." Dipping the fedora.
Fucking nerd. Why did
Good
they
day,
talk
my
like that?
hello, my lady. How thou farest the beauty of thou? And she's like, "You just buy the game.
Just be done.
Please buy the game and go, please." "Yes, but I want to make sure this has 100% accuracy of the horse anatomy. I'm gonna be really livid." And she's like, "I promise you, you're gonna see everything your dreams ever wanted." And he went, and I'm standing there like, "Get him out of the store, please." And then he's like pulling on a leash going, but remember, he pulled it back of her hair, and it was already the wimpiest way to pull a girl's hair. Like, if you're gonna be a dom, be a dom. I'm a dom. Be a dom. And he just was like, this little, I'm gonna do things to you that people aren't gonna recognize. I'm like, I was like, "Let's go." No, can't.
That's what you were fucking doing.
This is my strong hand.
You're a fucking T-Rex. No.
And then they finally left the store, and we were like, "Oh, thank God." But the smell that lingered in the store, there's not a scent in this world that can replicate, nor do I ever want to replicate it. It was just a mixture of things I just don't know how to comment without YouTube taking this down or demonetizing the video.
Now do you understand why I spray my face at Bath and Body Works? Do you get it now?
Why, because you don't bathe?
Don't have to if I smell great.
Oh my god! I wake up every morning, I just take my spray and just... I don't need to shower. This is deodorant? You mean this is what the government wants me to put on my body? I use natural. Oh, I like caught myself.
I do have a conspiracy theory about shampoos and stuff, but that's for another day.
Oh no. Oh no. Fuck. At least get in the shower and have water on you. Something. And clean underwear, for God's sakes. My God. It's not that hard, people.
Moral of the story, take a goddamn shower.
Bathe! Oh, no, I'm not gonna get into the story, but like I went to a couple of Comic-Cons, well, I went to 3. I went to a lot of, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic and Card Fight Vanguard and Flesh and Blood, and then there's another card game, Lorcana. And Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic were the ones I went to those very big, like tournaments. I went to Grand Prixes. They have, and I am not shitting you, anyone out there can go on the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, and it's on the sheet. Hygiene, please shower. It's on there.
I have to tell you.
It's on there as a rule to come in to do your tournament. For the love of God, bathe. When I went to I went to YCSs a lot. I went to New York City, Ohio. There's a couple other ones I went to. My opponent, half the time when they went to shake my hands, it felt like grease was pouring on my hand, and I was just like. I remember the one dude. So there's like card mats you roll out when you want to kind of it's like your background.
Imagine the stains.
This one had stains, and I would have. It's those stains where you could put a blue light to, and you could figure out. It was a dark magician girl, naked, but she had all the Millennium pieces, one here, and one right between her legs, which was, of course, the cross, the key. And she had the puzzle here and the eye here holding up her nipples, and she's posing. And it was Dark Magician Girl, and the guy's just like this. And as he's rolling it out, he's feeling the mat. And he's looking at me, and he's just... And I'm just like...
Like it's so real.
I'm like, buddy, you never been with a woman before, have you? I'm afraid. I was afraid dueling this man, because I'm like, I'm a nerd, and I'm seeing this shit. But at least... And every time we were dueling and he was playing a card, he had to keep touching her chest and her private area. And he was making me uncomfortable, whether he was doing that to get in my head. It didn't work. It was just violating my own privacy. Needless to say, I did beat him. And he was like, you got lucky because today's my off day. And I was like, I don't even fucking care if it was your on day. I just don't give a shit. Stop touching your playmat like that, man. Like, what the fuck? And my favorite part is after we were done dueling and I beat them, is what they do is they sign their name, and if they don't sign their name, you call a judge over and you tell them what table you're at and who won. And they'll just sign for him, and then you take it up to the judges, and then he just give you your next opponent. And you gotta wait till the whole round to be over. And this guy, after he was acting like all tough and all that, he goes, hey mom, can you come pick me up and get me McDonald's? Mind you, this man was probably in his 30s or 40s. He had to be in his 30s. I was like 23, 24 at that time. And I was like, what the hell? He's like, good day, sir. Today you are victorious, but tomorrow I will triumph. I'm like, yeah, because I'm not going to fucking be here. You think I fucking care?
I make a lot of virgin jokes for people like that, and I don't mean it. I don't. But some people are not helping their cause.
No, he didn't. When he started talking shit at me, then can you imagine you talking all this shit at us, right? You guys are trash, you're this, you guys need save states.
Yeah, we do.
Hey mom, can you pick me up McDonald's? No, I want the Happy Meal. I'm not against the Happy Meal because there's some cool toys. But anyway, my one friend orders the Happy Meal to get a toy, but he orders the bigger meal.
And they make adult Happy Meals now.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
I didn't know about that.
It's a 20 nugget, I think. And
20 nugget.
And a double cheeseburger or something.
Oh shit. Okay. I mean, I need to look into
Comes in the little box too.
it. Yes. Make it happen. Anyways, this is not what the topic's about. This is kind of this is what ended up happening.
Here's what we're really doing.
So for the next few minutes, we're gonna actually talk about somebody actually brought this up to me on our Instagram page, and it was what do we prefer, remakes, video game remakes, or video game remasters? Me, I'm in the middle, hardcore, but I do lean to one side because how graphics are coming now these days, and the game that just released, Bethesda did it out of fucking nowhere, was they released a remaster of Elder Scrolls Oblivion, which is my personal favorite Elder Scrolls, but it's not even a remaster, it's a straight up remake. It should not be remastered, it should be called remake. I've never seen a game overdo themselves. I have to show you after we're done doing the recording, because it's fucking gorgeous. Like, I've never seen a game that gorgeous. And they call it a remaster, but my whole point is I love remakes. I love remakes. Like, they keep it to the classics, but they do something completely new with it.
And if you didn't do that, there wouldn't be a point. You
Yeah.
know? And that's why I'm agreeing with you. I am on the side of remakes, because when it comes to remasters, most of them that I've played, I don't want to say they're pointless, but it just seems like they're more just updated graphics with the same exact game.
Yeah.
You'll see it in Jedi Power Battles that we just played, Toy Story that's coming up. They were PS5 remasters. It's the same game. I'm sorry. It was fun. I liked it. I appreciated that I could see things a little more clearly, and it felt smooth on the PS5 controller.
But it still had the same clunkiness.
Yeah.
It's the same, you're playing the same thing you played back when you were a child. However, that is cool, I agree.
It is.
You're revisiting something that was like your childhood, but as you get a little older, you kind of want to see, what can you guys do now? Yes, I know it's Toy Story 2, I fucking get it. But like, can you imagine if they completely
remade it from scratch?
like 1, 2, and 3? Oh, that'd be sweet. I never played Toy Story 3, so I don't know.
Imagine if Buzz was actually anatomically right. See how we bring things full circle?
Oh my lord. You actually did that. You fucking did that. You son of a
I'm being
bitch.
self-gratuitous with that, but yes.
You really did that. Oh my god.
Just imagine all the money you would have sold at Oogie Games and GameStop if there was a remake of Toy Story 2.
Oh my lord. Oh, fuck. Listen,
Perfect anatomy.
Get out.
There it is.
Get the fuck out.
It kicks me out every video now.
I just had to make like a sound effect or door opening, you just disappear. Like, fine. Sorry, I want a realistic horse. I want to see its dong.
But going back to, yeah,
11 pounds, Joe.
It's science.
The horse cock weighs 11 pounds. See the size of my desk?
We need a remake of the giant horse.
No. No, we don't. And then as we're introducing it, My Little Pony. This is Twilight Sparkle. Hold on.
Episode 2, we're already canceled.
We're past that, man. We're so locked in. They're gonna cancel. Would have been like before we even did Pinocchio episode.
So, moving on, I'm gonna ask you what your favorite remake is.
Oh. I want to say, because the combat is so much more smoother, and you're probably gonna go on the same path as me. And even though the game's been remastered, I think 5 times, and then it got a remake, is Resident Evil 4. I have never played a Resident Evil game that much in my life. To this very day, I will just go back and play the whole game through. I'll spend a whole day playing it. And I'll play a new way. Like, I'll make my own personal challenges. Like, I only use beginning pistol, which really isn't that strong. It doesn't really do that much damage.
It'll get the job done, though.
It will.
If
like,
you're smart.
Yeah, if you shoot for the arms, you know what you're doing. I do separate challenges in it, but like, it's one of those things where I can play the shit out of the game and never get bored.
Never.
and like, and the reason why I say it got remastered so much is because it originally came out on the GameCube, then it came out on PS2, and then it went to the Wii.
Yep.
If you guys don't play the Wii. Don't play the Wii.
I heard during the part of Ashley's surgery, you have to.
Yeah.
You know.
You gotta jerk it. Can you imagine, honey, what game are you playing?
I'm saving lives out here. I'm gonna get a parasite out of her.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna put one in her. Oh my god. But shut up, I am home. This is my home. And then Resident Evil 4 did an HD remaster, and then they did another remaster, and then out of fucking nowhere, Remake dropped. The one remake, I mean, I'm choosing Resident Evil series because they remade everything. They did 2, 3. I hated the remake of 3. I like 3. I don't like what they did with the remake. I've never really liked 3. Mostly because I didn't feel like I was in. This is me talking, by the way. It's my opinion. And you kind of feel somewhat on the par with me. You're more of a huge Resident Evil fan than I am. But 2, perfect. Like, I wish the headshots actually mattered. Make it where the headshots actually kind of matter. That's my complaint.
That's the scariest part.
Because yeah, here's bang, half of the head gone. Still walking. You're like, how? Because in the third one, you can shoot 2 people in the head. They drop and they don't get back up.
Yep.
I'm like, you could have flooded us with tons of zombies because you're still at the station. I'm not gonna get deep into the tangent on that. But 2, my only complaint: let my headshots actually be meaningful. That's all I ask. Other than that, that game was mint to like almost perfection. 3 didn't feel like I was scared. I didn't feel like I was surviving. I played on every difficulty. I struggled with some of the boss fights because you had to be intuitive with some of the combat, but I didn't feel at all I'm scared. The only thing that ever feared me is when you're fighting zombies, Nemesis shows up, but once you learn that you can dodge and you time the dodge down right, you're nothing's afraid. And the only time I actually got overwhelmed was when you play as Carlos and Jill's in the back, basically dying from the infection. You got to fight everything off. That I was like, oh, okay, because the hunters are coming in. The running zombies are coming in. They're coming behind you from the ceiling, from the roof.
That does get intense.
And then when you play on the hardest difficulty on that, it's actually random spawn AI where they could spawn anywhere. And I'm like, okay, now I'm scared.
And they made it almost impossible. I did beat it. I got the platinum trophy for it, but they made it almost impossible on the hardest difficulty to beat Nemesis in his final form. He can one-shot you. You're done.
Yeah. But like, I'm not trying to go out just pure on Resident Evil. Like, there's a lot of games that they did remasters and remakes on. But the biggest thing is like me, I love when they take an old game from my childhood, our childhood, and it gets a remake. For instance, Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I'm not classifying as a remake or as a remaster. I'm saying a remake because they took a lot of glitch spots out, which is fine. That's cool because those glitch spots broke the game. And I knew almost all of them. And there was also things you can do, which they did keep in the game, which is kind of cool, that you can kind of power level yourself up unbelievably quick in Oblivion. Skyrim's been getting remasters. Like, I lost count. That game's been getting remasters up the ass. They just did another remaster for it on Steam, and now it's on console, which is called Survivor Mode. Where I actually, since I got the Legendary series on Steam, I played it, and it's hard because you have to eat. If you get hungry, your stamina bar gets cut in half. And the funny part is, I also learned a glitch in the game that if you drink mead, it's supposed to give you extra stamina but to lower your health. But if you're wearing a ring that gives you extra health, it actually, for some reason, I don't know why, it stops that from happening, so you can get unlimited stamina.
So what you're saying is trust in the liquor, Randers.
I think I'm doing a lap around. No, but like, me personally, I like remakes over remasters. I'm fine with remasters. I'm fine with it. Like, I can live with it. But I don't like what they're doing because PS5 came out with another remaster. I wanted us to play it on the channel. But what they're starting to do, because now they're starting to catch on to where if you put this on PSN Now or the Game Pass, it's not a Game Pass, it's a PlayStation exclusive. It's called Croc, Legend of the Gobos. It was my first ever PlayStation 1 game I have ever played, and I've always been in love with it. And what they did, they could have put it on the PS Now Classic catalog like they did with all the other ones. No, $40.
Jesus.
The game, and I think it doesn't even include the second game. If it included the second, understandable. 20 for that, 20 for that. There you go, $40 up the ass. There you go. No, you fucking $40 for one game. That it is a long game because it is a platformer and it's kind of clunky how it has. But like I watch people play it and it looks shitty. Hence why I'm against remasters and I'm for remasters. I'm in the middle because they slap price tags on the shit. They want you to buy it because they know the fans are gonna buy it.
They are gonna buy it.
I told
suckers.
I told Joe, I'm like, the second Nintendo Switch comes out with, because the second Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out very soon. Technically in 2 months it's coming out. Know how Nintendo can make fat money right here, right now. Come out with Pokemon the Legend series, right? From all the Game Boy Advance or Game Boy to Game Boy Advance games, boom, right there. You can sell that for $70. I'm buying it immediately.
You are printing money.
I'm buying it. I'm buying it immediately.
Yep.
And now people are like, you got the ROMs and emulators. True, but at the same time, if it's been reamped to meet the qualifications of, because the Nintendo Switch 2 is supposed to be pretty powerful processor unit. I'm not gonna get onto the nerd tech shit, but the fact that you can get all that shit and you can cram it all in one spot and you can play everything, that's what every player's wanting. And they already said they're never gonna do it. Game Freak said they won't do it. My favorite Pokemon game, hands down, from all of them combined into one game, Pokemon Emerald is my top favorite.
Fire Red for me, but Emerald is amazing as well.
Emerald is cool, and I like how after Emerald came out, they took the same type of mechanic as Emerald and they amped it times 20, and they made Fire Red and Leaf Green. And then that's when I bought Leaf Green, and I was like, fuck. I do agree. Fire Red, because there's another version of remasters and remakes. They took Pokemon Red, and I think, yeah, Red and Blue, but they didn't have Blue. Japan got Blue. I think they got like Ocean something Ocean. I think that's how it's called. I could be wrong, but I saw something online where they got Fire Red, but they got a blue one instead of a green one. But they also got all three. They got blue, red, and green. So they got all three of them, which is cool. They're the same game basically, except some of them have differences. I think Fire Red, you get different Pokemon than you do in Leaf Green. I think that's different. That's because that's why they started doing the trading thing, which, oh my god. Remember that day, plugging the cable and you're trading with your friend because you want to evolve your Kadabra to get Alakazam, and they wanted to get a Gengar, so they have to trade their Haunter. Legend times. And oh my god, had to be there. No, but like, for instance, Pokemon Red, the original, and then they freaking, if you not believe me, either if you even have the money, good luck trying to spend that much money. But like Pokemon Original Red, I got the original Red. I got the game case legit in my bedroom, and I don't have the Fire Red or Leaf Green. My friend did the thing where he plugged in his cartridge, and he was able to take the whole entire game and put it on my computer. So now I can play Leaf Green on my computer through him just doing a cartridge thing where you can save the files and shit legally. And it is night and freaking day. And you already know, you played Fire Red. Yep. And you play that and you're playing back the memories of original Red and how much has changed.
And it's incredibly different. That is how you do a remake. That is beautiful.
And it's like, I wish they would continue. I wish, like, for instance, Pokemon. I could be here all day talking about Pokemon because I'm a huge Pokemon fanatic. I wish, me personally, this is where I'm going to go with the whole Pokemon thing real quick and end it right here. We might even make a separate video talking just purely about Pokemon. But, like, I can only talk about it. Pokemon, the way it's going is not the way I want to go. However, Pokemon Grand Champions, and once that gets released, we're making video on it. All right. Because it's supposed to be the new Pokemon Coliseum.
Ooh.
It's supposed to be, I think it's Pokemon Champions. And all they did was a little flash.
You're right there.
That was my wrist going back in place. For those who don't know, I have, not like no one really cares, but I have a bone missing in my wrist. I had my wrist rebroken when I was a kid because the way it broke, the bridge they call it, which is just a little tube of cartilage, that was preventing my wrist from ever doing this motion. So the guy goes, can you make like you're holding a pop can? Because all this was broken. This was straight up shrapnel. And the guy's like, just make it like a little like you're holding a cup, right? And I was like, okay. He's like, alrighty. And all I saw was my bone go up and then down, and then all I felt was just intense pain and then instant numb. And then ever since that happened, my wrist will just immediately just go out of place. I have to pull and twist, and it goes back in place. Or if I flick my wrist like that, I can feel my bone shift all to my index finger.
Jesus.
There's my little... You get to learn a little something new about me.
The last point I'm going to make with it is, here's what definitively names in that, or the clue is in that, pissed me off about remakes and remasters.
Oh, here we go.
Grand Theft Auto, the definitive edition.
Oh,
You teased us, Rockstar. You teased us. That's what you did.
that's what they've been doing a lot.
You knew that 3 Vice City and San Andreas were the ones. They were the gold tier, Chef's Kiss, PS2.
The favorite son.
Yes. Vice City, I said it in our first episode of Respawn, is my favorite game of all time. And when I found out that they made a definitive edition, which is a remaster,
It's the same thing.
it's the same thing but scarier. Every one of those characters look horrible.
Oh, I was like, why is it scary?
Scary because it's terrifying to look at.
Yeah, because you see, you're playing on an expensive console,
Yeah.
and you're expecting a masterpiece, and then shit.
They literally they didn't have to put a lot of effort into it other than a slight, I'm going to call it a graphics increase with an asterisk.
Oh, you win in grammar terms. I
did.
Fuck.
With an asterisk, because like I said, the characters look horrible. They didn't have to hire any new voice actors or anything. They didn't have to update really anything. The only thing they made it do is there's a weapon wheel like Grand Theft Auto 5 now, and there's a GPS system. And yeah, there is. We didn't have that in the originals. You just had to know the map. And if you get lost easy, like
Wasn't there a compass? I thought there was a compass.
Yeah, there was a small map in the corner, and they didn't introduce the large map until you get in the pause menu with Vice City.
Yeah, so you got a map, but you had to keep pausing the game.
Yeah.
Now
there's a left or right system with a gold line that you gotta follow like Grand Theft Auto 5, and that's fine. It's just not enough to make it worth it, and I'm one of the suckers that bought it. And here's the other thing that I'm gonna get into with that.
Oh, here we go. Gloves are coming off.
The way you save the game, you took away the struggle. You took away the struggle for the kids today. They're not gonna know, oh, in order to save your game in Grand Theft Auto, you gotta drive, hopefully make it alive, to a safe house.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you have to go to the safe house or your house and you saved that way only?
Yes, and if you didn't do that, you died, you lost all your weapons, you lost some money.
Yeah, you lost everything
from there.
Yeah.
But you have to go to a safe house, go inside, go to like the tape or whatever symbol they decided to put in that game, and save from there. But now they put auto saves, and kids are going to play this game. They're going to be first timers with Grand Theft Auto, and they're not going to know.
They're gonna have the easy cop out.
They are. They're like, oh, it auto saved. Oh, I failed the mission. It's just going to take me back to where I was. No, motherfucker.
Damn.
We just have to start from scratch. We have to rebuild our weapons. If you didn't know the cheat codes, you had to go to the fucking store.
And do it the hard way.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, it did it completely wrong. It took the experience away. A proper remake would have been suffice.
Or just completely remake it.
Or give us Grand Theft Auto 6. There's that too.
I like how that was supposed to come out in April. What was it, like April 5th? Or something. Something happened where they're talking like it's come out in April.
Yeah, now it's the end of the year.
I know. I was like, wow, I'm shocked. It said that last year too. Last year, what was it, June 14th? They're talking about. It's last year, and I was like, here we go. There was a guy I work with who legit He put a vacation time in for 2 weeks. Game never came out. I saw him back in work, and he canceled all his vacation time. Going fuck Rockstar. He blasted him on Facebook. He's like, piece of shit. I put a vacation time in to play this game. I'm like, I wouldn't trust it until I see that what do you call it, the pre-order on GameStop or Best Buy. That's when I will trust it. When I don't see that and it does not have a date, peace, I'll wait. I can wait.
There's trailers now. There's trailers.
I know, that's their new thing. Ooh, another one. We don't care. No, but
it better be fucking worth it.
One last game to close us all out that I feel like it did all of them was the Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. So Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, God, perfect fucking games. Come at me. I don't give a shit. The remakes, though. I'm a huge... Now, I know you're not a PvP person who goes online to play against other players. I am. I'm a huge diehard competitive player. So when Battlefront 1 first came out, the remake... Mind you, this was supposed to be a remake. EA did what EA does best. Let's lock behind awesome stuff behind a paywall. You just spent $60 on our game. Now give us $100, not even kidding, $60 on top of $112 you had to pay to get access to Jabba the Hutt's palace, to actually do missions for Jabba. They get extra, and these weapons broke the game. They legit broke the game so bad, the game had to get, the online had to go down. And they had to nerf everything because these weapons were so broken. And then if you were later getting to the series, good luck even getting these weapons, because now to even get them, it's like become God. I got like 2 of them. The one thing I grinded for almost, I think it was like a good month. You got Boba Fett's blaster, the BB-01.
Yes. Love that.
I grinded for a whole game. You had to get 50 headshots. Now imagine doing that with also a blaster. Now the blasters, the E11s, the original Stormtrooper ones, those were very inconsistent with getting headshots. However, there was a glitch in the game that I figured out and I used it. In the map, there was droids and Jawas that would run past you if you were fought on Tatooine. If you were on Tatooine, you're guaranteed to get it. Because for some reason, the game counted you shooting a Jawa in the head or a droid in the head, it classified it as a headshot. Because online it didn't classify it, now it does. It says player, headshots on players. I did it by cheesing, and I got the gun. Fuck off, I don't care. Because there was 5 stages to it. It wasn't just get the headshots and you get the gun. No. You had to get the headshots, and then it was get 20 kills without dying. That was hard. I did it, and I camped like a bitch the whole time. I just camped with the most powerful blaster rifle there was. Now they changed all the things to make it easier to a degree, but they did the remake dirty because there was no campaign for the first game. And then Star Wars Battlefront 2, another remake that came out from the original 2 came out. That remake had a storyline, but it was like, look at this giant world. You got to go through Yavin 4. You got to be part of the elite squadron. You got to learn. They had other guest characters in there, and you got like Luke Skywalker. You fought alongside of him, and it was cool. But the game just and Battlefront 2 is still fun to this day. Like I can go back and play it because they finally did the cool thing instead of you're strictly locked in. Because in the first one, you were locked in doing PvP and PvP only. That is it. That is all you get. PvP only. Now they have it in Star Wars Battlefront 2 Remake. You have PvP, then you have PvE, where you can actually just play against AI bots, and then they have it's like a takeover where you're the rebels and you're trying to repel the Empire. And that AI, the AI is no joke. They will laser you, and then when you hear Darth Vader has entered the battlefield, run. Fucking run and hope to God
you want nothing to do with Vader.
And pray to God you have enough points, because they do a buy system where if you accumulate enough points, you can buy a character and you play as that character. So if you were lucky enough to have enough points and you spawn as Luke, let's get Luke. Because you're gonna fight. And they made it hard too, where it was actually like a saber fight where you both had stamina. Vader's stamina bar is like this. As you're fighting him, he's just block, force choke, slam, stab, and you're like. But there was a cheese method if you played as Han Solo, because Han Solo was the only character that had a shove. You did a shoulder charge. So what people used to do is they would shoulder charge Vader off a cliff because you can't do your force jump, so he would just fall to his death. And one guy did it even dirty because you got to fight a Mustafar. He actually shoulder charged him into the lava, and he goes, "What is this, take two?" And I was like, "You son of a bitch!"
That's fucked up. You know who would really kick his ass?
Ray's in the game too, so shut up. Ray is in the game. I knew where you're going, and we're not gonna do this now. I was like, "No, I want to kill you. This bottle was your neck. The oxygen is defibrillating." No, because there's people.
Please no, I don't mean what I said.
He just gets a bunch of hate messages. I'm sorry.
That son of a bitch.
I'm gonna kill him. No, but like they have Finn in there. They have all the new people in there in Star Wars Battlefront 2. It is fun. I like playing as Finn because there's a glitch you can do with him. If someone's playing as Finn, and I forgot who else they need to play as, but there's a glitch you do where Finn puts his fist in the air and goes like this, and he's like, "Let's get him!" He does that. Everyone around you in the vicinity gets an increase in stamina. They get more stamina with their shots, stay consistent.
Oh, it's like a battle cry almost.
Yeah, it's a battle cry. And then like if you have the other person, they do another chant too. And for some reason, your accuracy and your damage you do is like times 1,000. You can still do it to this day. I can just beam you in the head as you play as another character in the game. Mm-hmm. I can instantly kill you.
Fuck yeah.
Like when someone else played as Boba and they're flying in the sky, I'm like, dead. No, but like remakes like that, they did it right, but they also did it wrong because it didn't feel the same. They took away the space battles. Galactic Conquest was no more. Like, where's my fucking Galactic Conquest? And then after the remake kind of took a shit, and the only reason that game is still alive to this day is because on PC modders are doing all the mods. Like they're making their own characters, own character cards, own fights. There's even a modder on there. I think his name is XStar50 something. He legit amped the game up to a point where I'm like, fuck. He put in Cal, he put in like the old Knights of the Old Republic people in there. He put Darth Revan in there. Ooh. He made his own character list, and he's like, "EA, if I can do it, why can't you?" And I'm like, this dude did that shit on his own time.
Did.
Like his Revan skin looked fucking phenomenal. Like it looked like it came right out of Knights of the Old Republic. He did I always say the name wrong, but Nihilius? He has like the Phantom Mask looking thing. Mm-hmm.
Nihilus, I think his name is.
Nihilus. I always say his name wrong. I always do. He even put Snoke in there. And his Snoke did the same thing as Palpatine does, except his was just like a force choke and force grab. And then he force crushes you. Your character's 3D model actually turns to a ball, and it's like just a blood splatter. I'm like, fuck! Man, it's kind of what happened.
It's gory as shit.
He did his own fucking shit. And it kills me that modders, I'm not mad against it because it shows that us gamers, there's skill sets where they know to make things accurate. They even have it where if you cut someone with the lightsaber like upwards, it actually cuts them in half as the death kill, and they get cut in half and they fall over. I'm like, that's cool. And it's just, I don't know. There's so much they could do different, and I hate that when game developers, we can make this into a full, we're almost going to be an hour episode, but it's fine. It's how morning's going to be. You guys get to hear us talk in the morning. But just to close us off, me personally, I like remakes over remasters because even with the Star Wars Battlefront 2, they did a remaster of the original. It sold horribly. It was crashing. The game was crashing. There was tons of issues. I never got to experience it because I wasn't going to drop $50 on it because I'm like, I'm not going to. I paid $9.99 for both.
I did it.
Well, I know you did. I'm not saying anything against you. I'm just saying
it didn't feel the same.
That's what everyone was saying.
It was the same game, but it didn't feel the same.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Everyone was like, something feels off about it. I'm like, that's why I didn't buy it, because I was like, maybe if it goes on sale another year or so and it drops down to like $9.99 online, I'll buy it.
Maybe it's a case of tricks are for kids.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Yeah, but like me personally, I feel like we're hitting the era where yes, it's cool to go back into our retro era, I guess you can say. But me personally, as I'm getting older and as I've already played these games millions of times, yes, I would like to play them again. But I want to play them in a new way. I want to play them remade, not remastered. Yes. So in my opinion, I'm all for remakes. What's your final verdict? Do you want remakes as well?
Remakes. Stay faithful to the original story, but don't be afraid to do something a little different.
Yeah.
Like what Resident Evil 4 did, as an example.
Well, yeah. They're not Resident Evil series in general, because they're also doing Code Veronica, the first one. They're doing Zero. And then they apparently, this is rumored, I do not know, but some dude leaked that apparently they're also working on making a brand new Resident Evil Survivor.
What? They're actually gonna make it good?
And Outbreak 1 and 2 are getting remakes.
Swear to God, that's
And you never played Outbreak 1 or 2.
I did not. But this motherfucker made me play Survivor.
You beat it within like 2 hours.
Yeah, not even, I think. I wasn't even trying to speedrun. I was trying to explore and shit.
Yeah, and there was no exploration. It was just go here. All right, now go
and
there.
I had no special weapons. I did it all with a pistol. Just...
And then you got the shotgun towards later in the end of the game, and then that did nothing.
It really did nothing. Survivor had a decent story attached to it, but it begs for a remake. It needs to be redone. It's got a horrible reputation because of that.
Yeah, and it's like one of the fastest Resident Evil games you can complete.
Yeah.
Then, if you guys also want to dive into something more fun, Resident Evil, this is aside from what we're talking about. Actually, I'm going to hold on to that topic because we'll do a whole Resident Evil episode.
We could do a whole Resident Evil episode.
Because we both are nerds with that. But anyways, final verdict, remakes. Remasters are cool. If you're going to do remasters, do it on the Game Pass, either on Xbox or PlayStation. Don't sell the game separately. To me, that's gross. And the fact they did Croc, The Legend of Gobos, that way pisses me off to no end because I was mad about it. I was bitching to my one work buddy about it because he played it as well. He's like, that's not. I'm like, yeah, they freaking put a price tag on that shit. They could have put on PlayStation Now. You're already spending money on it. I have PlayStation Now because there's a lot of good games they put on there. But you could have easily just added it right to the catalog. It would have been no different. But anyways, what can you do except complain, bitch, and it's a Monday. And
while you're complaining and bitching, try to be a good people.
And remember to
try to be a good people is what I just said.
But I got coffee in my system. I don't know what's in this bottle of water. There's bubbles. Anyways, guys, fly high. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.